Welcome. Hello, everybody. Welcome to all of you who are live and those who are watching in replay to Girls Chat. This is our weekly show that we provide you with information and inspiration so that you can have a profitable soul and budget. I'm Kay Elizabeth Green. I am your spiritual fitness coach, and I have with me my friend who is
Coach Caren, your money mindset gal.
ah, this has been one of those really busy. Hopefully, we won't get feedback today. Really busy days. How have things been going with you?
Oh, things have been fabulous. I've been having a heck of a jolly good time for the past 2 weeks. Are we in week 3 of the month? The past 3 weeks. Oh my gosh. I put myself on a schedule and I've been working the schedule and I'm refusing, no matter what came up, getting past it. And it's been so awesome. Just so awesome.
Very good. How's the weather up in your part of the country?
Cold, snow on the ground, cold, windy, cold.
I hear that one. Well, what are we talking about today?
Today, our topic is breaking through money barriers. And as Liz was asking, do I have slides? And I do have a budgeting slide. And I was hesitant if that's what I want to share because some people get concerned. And one woman said to me last week, just scared when she heard the word budget. She just don't like it. She feels like she's in a cage.
She's in the cage. Well, budget can mean a couple of things. Budget can mean, because a lot of times we feel that those are limits, those are barriers, those are preventing us from doing things that we really want to do. But I think the budget can also be looked at as a way to structure, a way to help us find out where our money is going.
I agree, Liz. I agree. It is not what people think it is. It is freeing. It is freedom. It is telling you that, hey, you can do all the things you thought you couldn't do. And it's just allowing you to break free and see, hey, I do live in total abundance daily. I do. And I can do this. And I have enough money for this. I'm limiting me by not looking at my money. I am limiting me by deciding I don't have enough. I am limiting me by being afraid of the thing. And I've started this new stuff that I'm calling money. You need to find, if you have a friend or you've always loved a name, take the name and name that name to your new girlfriend. Get a new girlfriend, okay? And this new girlfriend is your money, okay? Name her, dress her up, talk with her. That's what I need people to start doing with money. I mean, when the thought dawned on me, I was like, yes, I could talk to anybody. It's just because when people say to me, I can't or can't do this, I'm like, how do I find ways to describe it so that they're excited like I am?
Well, I've learned over the time that we've been together that budget is not limiting. Budget helps you to really understand where your money is going.
Yes, 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 and yes. And that's why I said it's freeing, right? Because all of a sudden, you have those girlfriends that you're afraid to take to a certain place and do a certain thing with. And then you take her and you invite her, and you realize this was pretty silly because she's having a good time, you're having a good time, your other friends love her, and you all are having a good time. And that's what I want people to see with money. Like, enjoy her, be friends with her, don't be afraid of her. She's not your enemy. No, no, no. And don't treat her badly. Treat her good. It's important to treat her good.
Well, now people would say that, well, I love money. I treat money well. Um, but the word budget and money don't seem to go together, because when I'm thinking of loving my friend, I'm thinking of giving her everything that she wants. And when I hear the word budget, budget says, no, no, you can only have so much. So, how do you approach it where you can make it friends and love money but have a budget?
Okay, so this is how I treat my friends. When they come over and I feed them, I don't fill their plate to the top. I give them a wonderful serving. And then I say, if you need seconds, you can ask for more, right? Because I don't want to see my friend big and fat and really short because they stuffed, right? I am treating my friend kindly. And I spend money on the food to prepare, to treat my friend. Now, I could have gone to the store, buy everything I want and then some, and then cook this big pot of food and then shove all in her face. That would not be kind to my friend. I just wasted money. I step out of my budget. I know you don't like the word for the people who don't, but had I stick to my budget, feed my friend a conscious portion in their plate, that's how I'm showing my love. I'm showing my friend love. Money and budget. She didn't have to know that I budgeted how much to buy. That's not a discussion with her. That's a discussion with me. This is all me saying to myself, this is my grocery budget, if you will. And also in the manner where it's not, I think one of the biggest things, and I tell my coaching clients all the time, the things when you do them, if you do it in a pleasing manner, and it says that in the Bible, in a pleasing manner, the things that frustrates us and make us all upset and out of whack, it's because we're doing it angrily, frustratedly. We bring up all issues. You know this, Liz. When you are upset with your kids, most time, 50 to 60 to 75 even percent, it's you. It's not what the kid did.
True.
But you're piling it together. And so when somebody said to me, I don't like budget, I feel restricted, what you're saying to me is, I don't like the discipline. I don't want to be accountable. I don't want you to tell me what to do. I don't want that. That's what you're saying to me. Not that you don't want the budget. You're saying that this is the feeling it's bringing forth in me. And I ask, why don't you like discipline?
And well, before you ask that question, why don't you like discipline? How do you get over that feeling of being restricted, because we all act on our feelings. So if I'm feeling restricted, I'm not going to set up something else that's going to, quote, restrict me, quote, budget. So how do I get over that feeling of being restricted?
So the first thing, I'll get the beginner and the intermediate and the person who's on their way. So let's talk about the beginner. You say to me, Caren, you need to get a budget. And I'm saying to you, I don't like a budget because that's restricting me. But I'm not telling you that, but that's what my mind is saying to me. And I'm arguing with myself because all the arguments start inside of me. Mm-hmm. And the questions, it's really now become a question thing where I say to myself, why am I mad with myself? Why am I frustrated? Why am I putting up resistance to a budget? You've got to ask these questions. Nobody wants to ask them, but you gotta.
So if I reply, I don't want to put the restrictions on it because I make the money, I go out and work each and every day, especially those who are in a full-time job that are thinking about being entrepreneurial or moving into a business of their own. They say, well, hey, I work 40 hours a week. I deserve to go and eat and do this and do that without having to, quote, limit myself with a budget.
And I say, you have given up energy for that money. Mm-hmm. Part of the energy you cannot get back, you've given up. Are you willing to give up that sort of energy for nothing?
Well, it's the satisfaction, they'll say.
So you're telling me I love these conversations because I get to say, so temporary satisfaction to you is better than long term. Or would you like a chance to have both?
And so how could I have both temporary satisfaction? Because, hey, the show is only going to, that movie is going to be out of the theater next week. And, hey, that band that's coming in town, they're only going to be here this week. So, I didn't know that they were coming. So am I supposed to wait until next year till they come around to sacrifice when I could, hey, let me just go now and enjoy it?
Right? Okay. All right. Let's talk about that. I think you should go. I think you should go. Throw the win to the caution. Forget about budget. I just think you should go. Let me ask you a question. Once you come back, are you able to still feel the excitement and the joy for the rest of the week when there's nothing left over? I just want you to pause. Don't answer me right away, but I want you to live through the feeling because you've experienced this before. I know you went and did something. Tell me. I want you to take a 5 minutes.
Well, yeah. Like I went to that dinner and it cost us $100 to go out and eat. And I suppose I could have waited, but it was so much fun. And hey, we'll just make do this rest of this week. We'll just eat peanut butter and jelly and ramen the rest of this week. But I had a fantastic steak dinner. So, I don't, perhaps I might regret it, but it is the immediate satisfaction of doing it.
Right. So now tell me 3 things that you can have immediate satisfaction that doesn't cost you $100. Let's cost you $50. What can you do with $50 that would have immediate satisfaction, make it fun, and make you feel good for the rest of the week?
Well, I could have probably picked a different restaurant that would have been in my budget. I could have purchased the food and laid it out, and we could have had a real nice take home for the 50. I didn't even have to cook. I could have gone to a show that might have been showing popcorn, and that might have been cheaper than my $100 meal. But that $100 meal was so good.
So let me give you this for food for thought. If you love immediate gratification and you plan for it, you can still have it once a month, maybe even twice. But whenever we do anything compulsively, we spend more. Because when you plan right, you probably could have found a really fabulous restaurant that you would have just spent less than the $100 and just had a good enough time as you're having now. Because the feeling that you're feeling, it's just happening because you have told yourself, this is the level that I have to spend to have this much fun. Everything we do is what we're telling ourselves. We have this battle with ourselves back and forth. We do this dance, you know.
Well, it's not only myself. You know, friends were going and they were saying, come on, let's go. Now I know that they don't have a family like I do, and I know that perhaps they make a little bit more money and they have a little bit more money to spend, but I didn't want to limit myself.
Right. So if I didn't want to limit myself, then I would research restaurants so that when they suggest, because I know these people, when they suggest, before they get to suggest, I probably call them up and tell them about a new place I found. Now, when I tell them, I wouldn't tell them about the dollars because then I don't want to look like I have no money. So I'm going to tell them, I'm going to make sure it looks so fabulous that they want to try it. So that I don't feel strapped and I'm not stepping on my budget, but I'm still enjoying myself with these people. And the thing about what people don't understand is if people are making more money or people are wealth conscious and financially conscious, they might appreciate it that you are helping them to keep more in the pocket. Because listen, people who are putting money in their pocket love to keep putting money in their pockets.
So what if I love you?
Role playing here if you just joined us. Role playing. This is a fact. This thing's happening. We were talking about real life.
This is a fact. I had a client last week, and she is making fabulous money, but she is unable to do a lot of the things because she doesn't like the word budget, because she had been restricted as a child. So what I was really giving you is all of the comments I was getting back as I was leading her through, as you were leading me through. Well, wait a minute. There are other ways of you staying within your budget and not appearing cheap, not appearing giving people the impression that keeping up with the Joneses, or that I am less than they are, or even making me feel less than they are. That, as you said, and I hadn't thought about that suggestion of find a restaurant that fits your budget and just make it so fabulous. You don't have to share with them the cost, but point out the other features where you can stay within what you've allowed it for your fun and not exceed it.
Exactly. Look, when I think it was 53, when I turned 53 or 52, whatever, that my husband did whatever. And I said, okay, I'm going to have a brunch. And I called up all the ladies. It was just a couple of days. So listen, I'm having a brunch on the Sunday. It's not a dinner. It's a brunch. You got to be here between 1 and 2. And we're going to have a fabulous time. And I set up my menu, prepared my menu, shopped for my menu. And everybody came and they can't stop asking. First of all, I had some newbie friends and they're like, who catered?
Oh, yes, I know. Mm-hmm.
because I have people who don't eat meat, so I did fish. And I mean, I can cook, but the way it was presented, I will say I enjoyed it too, right? And I had the main course. Sorry, I had the salad. I had a main course. We had dessert. We had drinks. Like it was service, okay, and people just enjoyed. And everybody was saying at the end, we took up pictures. You could see me put it up there, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, I love restaurants." But the time that we had here together, the fun things that we did, because you carry us through a journey. That's what one of the ladies said. You carry us through a journey. We came in, we introduced ourselves because everybody didn't know everybody. We had a conversation. We played darts after the first course so that you can get your energy back up and space to eat again. They had a wonderful desserts. People asked for seconds. They were able to get it and just have just a good time. A lady said, and she said, I forgot how much fun you can have when you do stuff like this. She goes, because I was eating and thinking myself, no lie, just like we were talking about, if I went to a restaurant, this was going to cost me over 100 baht, over 100 bucks. This healthy salad, this wonderful wine. I mean, this fish dish,
Mhm.
kind of fish. The dessert, I had a mango. I did a mango cake with mango ice cream, a lemon cake with mango ice cream on the side, and fresh fruit. And she's like, "There's no joke with the size of the fish and veggies on the side, and so she was like, it's healthy, it's good, and yes, if I went to the kind of restaurant that would serve how you served it, we would have been over 100 bucks, right?"
And you would have probably ended up not enjoying it as much because you would have been restricted because of the other people that were around. You're not going to laugh. You're not going to get up and
Yes,
dance
yes.
and really enjoy yourself. And I know I went a couple of last week. I was taken out to dinner, and it was a very, very nice dinner. But in the back of my mind, I was thinking they we had short ribs. The short ribs were $45, and that is all it was. It wasn't a side dish, it wasn't salad. We were just paying for the entree, and the entree and everything else was a la carte. and and I'm like adding this up in my head, and we're sitting very formally and stuff. We would have had a much better time over for one person's meal. And if we had looked at the budget. So, yes, a budget does make a difference. A budget can be freedom to really enjoy yourself.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's just how you look at it. It is, Carolina like to call it the freedom plan. It's your freedom plan. It is not restriction. It's freedom to do the things you want to plan to do. That's how our business work. That's how our lives work. If we really want to pay attention to it. Look, this all week I've got myself on this thing that I'm working through so that when I put the program out, I've been through it. And every single day I know it, I understand it, but I'm still surprising me. And wait, it's done? What else? I'm looking around now for things to do, and I'm done.
Well, I think too often what happens is we react to things that when we grow up, they're ingrained in us.
That's what it is.
And we have to realize that the restrictions that were put upon us when we were children were there for a reason.
Just
And
to
for,
teach us.
And for us to really accept it, or to decide which of those reasons do we want to take and hold on to now, and which ones do we want to discard. It is so easy to get caught up in the old things.
Yeah.
But Book Nook, it is already that time. And, I'm hurrying to the Book Nook because I want to talk about building spiritual muscle, which is my book. And in it, I write that one of the first steps to building spiritual muscle is recognizing what we have consciously or unconsciously accepted as true about ourselves. We must learn to decide which labels or aspects we want to keep and which ones we want to replace with ideas that are more authentic. So replacing the idea of a budget being limited, replacing it with one that is more authentic, that it is freedom. It is allowing us to take care of all of our needs and our wants. It's not an either or. It is, we can take care of both of them when we really look at, decide, we choose.
Yeah, we choose.
We do.
I bought a few of these from you, and I gave out some as gifts. And one person read it, and they said to me, "I'm not gonna lie to you. I read it, and I was scared. I put it down. There was too many things that." Never mind. And then they talk about it again, like, because they couldn't bring themselves to. And then they said, I finally finished the book. I probably should read it again. I'm a little afraid. Some things make sense. Oh my God, I don't even want to admit that.
Well,
same with the money thing. Same with the money thing. That's where we are. That's what it
is. You get what you expect, affirm, and constantly work toward. If you expect to live a happy, healthy life and affirm it, and you work toward it, and working toward that means not coming from here up to here. It means slowly climbing up. So we look at what we have available to us now. We look at what's the feeling is it going to give us, the joy, the can we get, and I knew where you were trying to lead me. Can you get the joy? Can you have the fun? Can you get that same satisfaction without putting the $100 on it? And yes, you can.
You can. And people think also you tell them not to live abundantly. But go and live abundantly and understand it's not the money that's going to make you live abundantly. Now, take $500. Go, you buy yourself whatever you like, the most expensive thing you can find for $500. And if you don't whine about it 2 or 3 days later, keep going. But if you got to whine because you don't have enough to put in the $500 to pay light bill or water, don't. It's just would be stupid.
It doesn't really give you joy. So whether you are working on your budget and changing, and when I say work on your budget, changing your attitude.
Yes, because it's a living, breathing thing. It's a living, breathing thing. It's something you don't just do it and stick it up and say, well, oh, I got my budget. No, I'm good. No, it changes. We will have to. If your budget had debt repayment on it, you expect to pay that debt. You got to be certain that you're going to pay out that debt. Tony liked to talk about being so certain. And at one of his shows, he had a psychiatrist talking about being certain. And I was doing a challenge. This lady was talking about being certain. And it's the kind of certain that if you take your hand and poke me, you can't move me. That's the kind of certainty they talk about. When you say to me, I can't handle a budget, I don't want a budget, it lock me, it tells me that you're living in fear land. Part of it is telling me you're fearful for something.
And also what it's saying is the word can't really is I don't want to.
Right.
You know, I choose not to, but we use the word can't because we don't want to take responsibility for the actions that we are making. Yeah. So when you and I know some people get mad at me about that, but can't, you mean you won't?
Yep.
You choose not to, but you can. It is up to you. You have to decide if it's beneficial to you and then choose to do it.
Yes.
And choose to do it. But you know, our 30 minutes are
yes, brilliant. Oh, I've been on the screen for most of the day, but good.
Real quick, and I hope that everybody have got a little bit of information, and
they got a lot of stuff. No, they got a lot of stuff from what we talked about today. The role play alone in itself, if you took that away, you could even do that with yourself in the mirror. You'd be shocked to what would happen. Okay.
Ask yourself, what's the feeling that you are getting from spending the money? You know, and perhaps it might be able to get the same feeling by applying a budget so you can do what you need and what you want.
Yes. And that's our topic today. We talked about, breaking through money barriers, and those are the ways to break through them. I am not telling you to be poor. I'm not forcing you into the poorhouse. Everything I talk about is about abundance, but you got to start somewhere to get there. And you're not going to get there. You're not going to get to live this abundant life if you are spending it where you don't need to. I'm Coach Caren Fern, your money mindset gal.
And I'm Kay Elizabeth Green, your spiritual fitness coach, helping you to really live a profitable and joy-filled life. So may light, love, and plenty of laughter accompany you on the path. Until next time, be blessed. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And